Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ozarks Tonight. I'm Brian Calfano, joined by Drury University Communication Professor Jonathan Groves, who's been here before, but we appreciate you coming back because you've got a report you want to tell us about, the Community
Focus Report.
And the report Jonathan is going to tell us about was sponsored by the Community Foundation of the Ozarks, United Way of the Ozarks, Junior League of Springfield, the Springfield Greene County Library District, and the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce.
This will be the 15th year of it's the 15th anniversary of the report. This is the 9th time it's been done in the community.
And we're talking Springfield?
Springfield, Greene County.
Okay.
And it puts together, what we're looking at is, we review 11 topics in the community, and we look at the blue ribbons and red flags in the community. So we look at what are our strengths related to these areas, and what are the weaknesses or the issues that we need to work on.
So what are the areas?
So it covers the range. So if you think of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so you're talking about housing, you're talking about safety, so public safety, but you also have some of the higher level community needs that you might want. Actualization, but like arts and culture, and some of those big areas, parks and recreation. So we're taking a look at all these areas to say, how are we doing as a community, and where do we need to improve?
And so this is a sample of folks in the county.
It's basically, the way this works is we have a steering committee, and it's a steering committee of community leaders, and each of those 11 members go out and they have committees that they work with. So on the Public Safety Committee, Jasmine Bailey of the Police Department was our primary steering committee member, but she had on, as part of her group, was the police chief, and had the fire chief, and had the sheriff's department. And so all of representatives from these major organizations get together to say, how are we doing on public safety, and what are the issues that we're seeing now versus 2 years ago? What we did is, when this effort started in 2004, the thought was we would do this kind of report every year, and then it made more sense to do it every 2 years, because some of these things don't change very quickly. So like from the beginning, poverty has been an ongoing issue and remains an issue in the community. Early childhood education is somewhere that we wanted to target, and we have targeted with programs and have made some strides, but there's a long way to go.
So what are the biggest changes then? You started this in '04.
Right.
What are some victories that we've had as a community?
Right, early childhood education that I mentioned, there's a lot of collaborative effort and cooperation that's going to direct resources at trying to affect that. So that's a big area that we've seen some successes. I mentioned poverty is a persistent issue, but again, collaborating and coming up with projects like the Northwest Project and the Prosper Springfield Project are ways that we can combine community resources and say, what can we do about this? The reason this effort is so important is because we have finite resources in the community, and we have to make some really difficult decisions moving forward about what are we going to do. You know, we only have so much money in terms of government resources. We can only...
And this is a relatively good time for government.
It is a relatively good time, but you also have an issue where you're trying to get at, you know, as citizens, we only have so much time, and we only have so much money, and there are so many needs in the community. How do we decide as a collective community to make the biggest impact? So that's the goal of the report, is for you to be able to look at it as someone in this community to say, what's my take on the landscape of what's happening here, and where can I leverage my own strengths to make a difference in the community?
So does the community survey say, okay, if you're interested in this, go talk to these people, you can have this meeting? Or?
It has some of that. It does have some resources where people can go. There's a website that goes with it, springfieldcommunityfocus.org. Primarily, it's a tool that nonprofits use when they are applying for grants. It helps them look at these issues that have been identified by this collective community effort. The idea is to have a resource that combines many, many people who know this issue and understand the issue, so that it's not one or two people compiling a report. It's the entire community compiling a report to say, how do we understand ourselves? How do we reflect upon what's happening here? It's a year-long effort, and it's a lot of work that we put into doing this report. And on October 10th, we will have the kickoff and tell everybody about the 2019 report and what's in it.
Well, give us a little hint. I mean, we are getting better.
We are getting better in some ways. Another big area that I can give you a little bit of hint about is highlighting the idea of innovation in the community and entrepreneurship, right? So we've seen things like E-Factory and Brick City downtown, and we see all the redevelopment that's going on in Center City and C Street. So there's a lot of optimism around that and around. So one of the things that has been identified in thinking about continuing economic development in the community is how do we continue to do that, not only have the entrepreneurs in this community, but stay in the community and build the community. Because one of the issues that comes up is how do we have enough here to keep young professionals and entrepreneurs, or do they leave for right? Yes. So this is exciting. It is. It's the October 10th. October 10th, and that will be at the Springfield Art Museum. Okay. And the old reports they're all online. So you can see the previous ones and see what's in them. What you will notice over time, this new report, I will give you a little tidbit, has a timeline in it. So you can kind of see how have the issues remained the same and how have they changed, what have we identified over the past 9 reports. All right, and this is the website again? SpringfieldCommunityFocus.org. All right, Jonathan Groves, community-minded individual, but also professor of communication at Drury University. You are really doing a lot. We appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be back after this.